Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to the second episode of us building our mega transportation company in the whole of the United States of America. What you're witnessing right now is my horse and carts. They are dropping off the grain to the food processing plant because your boy did some big expansions. We have this set up in Florida right now. And all the way over here, we have in the Midwest, we have a train route that does the exact same thing. And this is the start of us creating a big, beautiful company. This train right now just dropped off some goods. I got 800,000 big ones in the bank, and things seem to be going pretty well. I've actually got 3 trains in this run, and hopefully we can actually buy some more. But right now, we are waiting for better vehicles before we can take it to the next stage. Does this train not want to leave? Oh, there we go. I thought for a second that train doesn't want to leave. But today, the expansions do continue. Now, if you didn't see last episode, we are building on the whole of the United States of America right now. It's absolutely amazing. If you are enjoying this and want to see more of this as a series, then smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here, and then you'll be notified when more episodes do come out. Now, this is the game plan because we're eventually going to be producing food, and down here is pretty much the same. Now, this simple vehicle route will eventually start feeding Miami and Tampa/St. Petersburg. It will start feeding that. Now, for this one over here, because we got so many kind of grain farms around, we can kind of build up this plant. Same for the one in Oklahoma. There's a plant just there. These 2 plants will eventually feed the majority of the cities dotted around, and the majority of the cities on the East Coast and slowly into the Midwest, they all require either food or machines. So while we've got the food run on the way, and there's no point me making food just yet until I've expanded and upgraded the capacity of the vehicles feeding the plants, because it doesn't really last that long for me to have a decent flow of food coming in or being produced by the factory. We're going to start to kind of plan out the line to start creating the machines, and then we're going to try and feed it because the machine plant, we have one up here in Detroit, and I'm sure there's like one slightly closer. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Right, let me just double check on the old industries right now. So sorry, what I want to produce. We have the Boeing one, which is up here in not Washington. Is it Washington or Seattle? One of them. We had the Ford GM. This one's down in California, and this one... there we go. So we have the one up here in Boston, but we have this one a little bit closer, which is the Ford General Motors factory, which will produce the machines. They just require wood and steel. So we kind of have to reverse engineer it. So while we do eventually want to feed it to this, which eventually we can kind of bring them the food and the machines more to like a localized central point and then distribute it to all the little towns and cities, we kind of need to go backwards. So to get machines, we need planks and steel. So we need to create planks and steel. Now we have a little kind of sawmill just over here. We have 2 forestries up here. We have a couple up there to put it there as well. And for steel, we have a steel plant there, so we just need to bring the ore. So both of these here, Pittsburgh could become quite the hub for planks and steel. So that's what we're going to try and kind of bulk up in today's episode. So, are we making good money? We've got 1.3 million in the bank, and what I'm about to do is we're going to become so freaking expensive. So we got to figure out this and sort this out all correctly. The best way to do this then would 100% to be utilizing the trains. Now for wood, I can get it from up here. That's perfectly fine. But I want to try and build these simultaneously together so we can utilize the same station. For the steel, we need ore and iron ore and coal ore, which we have a little bit of coal over here, some over there as well. Iron ore. Now this might be the difficult one. Where is this coming from? We have 2 over here. Okay, interesting. Oh, I just realized we have a steel plant just there as well. I got too many options. But we gotta bring them all in and try and utilize this correctly. Now, it'd be quite difficult to bring a train to the ore over here because look at how bumpy this land is. Now, I'm not saying we have to utilize vehicles, but that will be quite difficult to utilize the vehicles solely because, right, I want to get the quantity over to here. So I might have to kind of do some expensive maneuvering to bring a train line into the mountains. Oh, it's going to be difficult. But anyway, let's see if I can get a station that will connect to both of these. So what we'll do first then, we'll utilize the road. We'll bring the road up and let's see how far I can kind of take this. So, well, that connects to there, which is glorious. Right, this is all for a good reason. Hold on. This is all for a good reason. So the more connections I can get to the edge of this building, the better for us. So if I also then try and utilize a connection going down the side just there, and let's see if I can get this going straight to there. Connect you in just to here. So what I'm hoping for is then to drop an end platform just there, and hopefully it touches both sides. And then Pittsburgh will eventually grow in general anyway, but that's what we're kind of hoping for. So in reality then, trains, buildings, I need an end cargo terminus. Now this is the big one. Okay, so even the one platform works perfect. Now, we're going to go for a larger platform. It's quite the bend we're going to have to do for the approach of the wood area. So maybe I bring it down slightly. Because I'm going to have to loop that way to kind of bring it. Oh, that's actually quite difficult, isn't it? Or do I go this way around? What do you reckon would be easier? To loop it like there and then go round like that? Or to bring it with us to, which will eventually be the Detroit GM Ford, and then bring the train on up that way. So we're swooping down. Because then the train going back to collect the wood could also then take the goods to the plant there. I'm always thinking 2 steps ahead, guys. I'm always thinking 2 steps ahead right now. So with that logic, I can go for the larger platform. And we need, in reality, I need 2 platforms. But I might go for... We'll start with 2 platforms. I can always expand. So 2 platforms in, which cover both the industries right there. That's absolutely glorious. And then we're going to... Again, I'm reverse engineering all of this. So I'm thinking 10 steps ahead as usual. So that goes down to there. We'll bring this a little bit further. So we've got the side connection and then just connect you in. And then for this building here, for the trains, I need a normal cargo platform there. And this in itself, in reality, is going to need a couple of platforms as well. But I'll also have the bypassing station. So, I mean, I could do 3 tracks like that. So the third track on the outer is the bypassing one. To be honest with you, I might reconfigure all of this. So I might just leave it to 1 for now. And then I'll build my own system because I can implement the inner track as being the bypassing route. Yes, that will work out quite gloriously. That should work out quite gloriously. Now we'll start with the actual forestry industry. So basically what I'm saying is, right, we need to create 2 stations up here, and then the trains are going to come down, and the reason they're going to go this way is 1, just for the easy access of building a line. But as they bring the wood down, eventually they'll turn it to planks. Then as they're going back to collect the wood, they could bring the planks back and earn money by having a stop there. So then they're only losing money going on that distance here. See? Shortening those routes. And then the same thing can almost apply for the ore. Now there's 2 stations over there. If I did create a small crossing, maybe has to happen just here to then come down. As they deliver the iron ore, and as they're going back, obviously I need coal as well, but they could drop off the steel as they're going back up to collect more iron ore. See, always thinking 2 steps ahead. Always thinking 2 steps ahead and trying to make this as efficient as we possibly can. But obviously that's a big project. That's a big project to kind of get underway. So we'll just focus on getting the wood down here first. And then we'll kind of head on the way back. Now, it would be nice to utilize and get 2 trains doing this run. Obviously, off the 2 industries there. So we've also got to think of setting this up like how we've done this one, where we can have multiple trains going and doing the same run. So let's get this all up and running then. So a train station then. Now, it's going to be... We're going to go for the long one again, because eventually I can see it being big and beautiful. And I need to make sure that we are maximizing each load. There we go. Does that seem really high, or does that seem really high? Alright, we'll go to there anyway. It seems like it's like hovering quite high in the sky. Now, these are very expensive. This one's a little bit cheaper. There we go. So we got to run this down. So this is where we now need to be really kind of smart in how we do this. So train tracks then. As you can see right now, we have the 2 platforms, which I might slightly... Oh, it depends how I'm going to run this. It depends, honestly, how I'm going to run this. Because I'm going to have multiple trains coming down. Now, while I can use the same, if I have a train waiting for the wood and a train waiting to then come in because there's a train already there, it will then back up my steel train. So that's what I got to try and think of when it comes to setting this all up. So I might run 4 lanes up to here and then split it into the 2. Just so I can keep the steel and the wood separate as it enters that end depot. Because it might become overloaded and a steel train could be waiting for 2 wood trains to first go in. So yeah, I think that's the logic I'm going to go with. So with that said, right, we'll configure this here. And we'll add some additional lines on. Now, actually, to be honest, now saying that, having 4 lanes, it would then mean I need to bulk this up even more because I want to use this as the... No, but then again, this is the bypassing, isn't it? Yeah. So add that in just like that. So we've got 4 lanes or 4 tracks in total. And then we'll add the cargo in here. That is the cargo, right? Yes. So the 2 middle ones are the ones if you're not stopping here and you're just kind of going all the way through. That's how we'll utilize this. So get out of this now, we don't need you. And then if I go back to the rail, bring this, or bring it down to there, which should be more than enough in terms of space. And then we'll bring that just before the end. And that's how they all merge together. Sweet. Now I was going to bring this down in 4, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to at this point. I think we'll just leave it as it is. Now, do I bend it before that and then go that way, or do I bring this and then bend in? I think that'd probably be the better option for me. So if I keep that somewhat straight and then go for a glorious bend, I also need to run this with us. Nice and simple. And then we'll run this all the way down. And then we're going to have to start another bend momentarily as well. As we then get it to connect down to here. So I could have this go straight, but I'm going to have this slightly bend. And then have that connect in. And then run this all the way down. Which I kind of now have to then kind of reconfigure this as well. So... this is the problem we've got right now is, yeah, they can come in, but one side needs to be, whatchamacallit, the steel bit of it, and the other side needs to be the forestry side of it. So I'm going to set it up where it's a different platform to deposit versus collecting the goods that it makes. So if I delete this back a bit, alright, and then we're going to reconfigure this. So all I really in reality want to do is have an outer platform or outer line on each side. That's how we'll set this up. So an outer line on each side, which should kind of help us out quite a bit with dropping the goods off. So then we'll have by default. Do you know what? I could have kept those lines. Oh, I've got no money. Oh, I've got no money. Can you guys deposit some more goods, please, so I can have some more money to waste? Right, there's a train now coming in. There's a train coming the opposite way, and there should be another train on the way down shortly. So drop the goods in, please. Thanking you very much. Thanking you very much. And then we shall do what we originally just did. Right. but we'll have this come out and bend. Now, granted, I do have to create the crisscross route as well. And that is where it all kind of comes together. So when I say crisscross, because obviously as they go into here, and when they come back out, they need to be on the opposite side of the tracks. So we'll do the crisscross just here as well. Where's the snap for that? So if I go to there, and then mimic this, the crisscross happens just there. Perfect. So with all the signals and waypoints, we should get it all sorted out, and that should be long enough that a big train will not cause any issues. And then the same just here for this. There we go. So that's all done to that point to there, but I now need to obviously bring the train tracks going all the way up to there. Now eventually what I'll do here is when this bends that way, actually, you know what? I can make this go straight ahead, and then we'll create a bend coming off it, so you can kind of see how the split works for the steel and the wood industry. So if I bring that to, if I bring this to here, how is that looking for the bend? That should be fine. Right, confirm that. Why will this not snap? Right, there we go. Bring this in. What was the length I did this one? I'm not entirely sure. Alright, let's go. Let's just... What, do I go by a 60? Why not? Why freaking not? Wait, what's going on with these train tracks? They don't seem to want to play ball. Right, let me redo them, because something doesn't seem right. Alright, bring you to there. It's like I can't get that snapping, which is really weird, isn't it? Right, 65. We'll do 65. Yeah, that's going to be reasonable. There we go. Perfect. And then... we'll do the crisscross happening just here. And then we'll make this go all the way up, because that's eventually where that's going to run to. So just after that crisscross here is where we'll then implement the bend for this one to skedoodle off this way and run up that way. So the crisscross is happening there. So just after the crisscross, we'll then get this to bend like that, because there's going to be no need for it for them to kind of go this way and up. Well, you never know, but there's going to be no need for it at the moment. And that's how the steel and the kind of the wheat, not the wheat run, sorry, the steel and the wood run, how they split to go and collect their raw resources and then kind of come back together, and then we'll use the signaling system to filter them in a whole lot easier. So we'll do the steel a little bit later, depending if I've got the money or not. But we'll now run with this. Alright, the snap is there. Alright, glorious. And where are we taking it to now? So we've got to run up this way. And there's a slight bump there. So I reckon we'll try and get it up this little crevice section. And obviously run along next to it. Very good, very good, very good. And then we'll eventually go and connect that up. So I can run this pretty much straight. Okay, I thought I could. You forget how expensive this is. I've noticed sometimes if you do it in smaller segments, it's cheaper because you're not terraforming as much. And then we'll do like some kind of big swooping connection. So money's just come in. Let's just also configure how this station's going to work here. So I'm going to get it to run through this station as well. Again, that's another way to kind of reduce the amount of lines I have to build. But I'm going to have to like also set this up where we've got the two going straight through. And then the one line there for picking up the goods. So I'm recreating what we've done on the other ones, but I'm not having that additional line to connect in because it's not a double platform station. So if I ran this, I mean, I wish I could. I've got no money. Oh, there we go. More money coming in. I'm really on the cusp of making money. Just imagine how many funds I'm going to have at the end of this. Right, bring this out to there. So the only thing that's happening here then is... Oh, it's not possible to build this. I'm not having the one coming in there from there. So we'll still do this side, the crisscross, and that's it. That's all we simply do. Just in case, you never know. Never say never that we might have something going on. But we need the crisscross to happen anyway, regardless. There we go. So like I said, Jay, it's literally a copy and paste without that platform just there. So the trains can still bypass all of this to go over into that direction. So while we are a little bit on the edge of making money, we might as well just set the rest of these up in reality. So to there. Bam. I think I need to go a little bit further out with this. So I'm trying to keep it to the snaps is what I'm doing. Excuse me, sir. Right, crisscross just here. Too much of a slope? What do you mean? You just built this one. It's like oh, we've unlocked some more vehicles. Oh, new train. New train, nice. Right, let me do this side first. Oh, of course, yeah, I've got no money. I mean, to be honest with you guys, the project that I'm trying to build right now is low-key OTT. Right, there's something going on here. And they're not telling your boy what's going down, are they? Right, if I go a bit smaller than normal. Ha-ha! Right, there we go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So I've now got it connected up to here. Now here is different because, again, this is an end platform, a singular end platform. So you kind of don't need to do what we've done before. We just have a standard route kind of come in and then that one goes out. That's really it. There's no crisscrossing needed to happen because we're kind of coming in and then going back out the same way. So while we've got no funds again, because what I'm waiting for right now is these trains to drop the goods off. Oh, you just dropped some goods off. Oh, okay. That's going to pay for it. So this line is almost going to be complete soon. Almost going to be complete. I've got the game in fast forwarded anyway, so we can try and get as much money out of it as we can. So if I just run that along to here. So yeah, the difference is this is going to probably come to about here and then slide in. And that's it. So obviously it will come in on the one line and then turn in and then go straight back out. There's no need for it to crisscross. I mean, you could argue there's no need to crisscross over here, but we've got the crisscrossing in case they pull into a station. And if we ever have the other side as well, it's always there. We've kind of got our backs slightly covered. So from there to there, it's going to cost me 200,000 to do that simple run here. And the majority of the reason is because of the elevation that it puts on the train track. Now, I could probably do it for half the money. Like 40-odd thousand just to here alone. You can see the big difference right now. We're just literally only doing it in smaller segments because you're not terraforming the whole run. You kind of let it drop down and build it. So for 45,000, so I've done it for a lot less. That's 105. So I probably built both of those for the price I was going to build the original one on its own. Okay. Same with this right now. Look at the... Oh, that wants to build a tunnel. Which, again, understandable. This is expensive. 100 grand for the rest of it. I could do 27 just here. Now that is doing some big digs. And I was going to make sure as well, because of the type of trains that I currently have, you're going to make sure those elevations are not ridiculous, because it will slow the trains down. All new horse and carts. Oh, we're going to transport even more cargo. We're going to be transporting even more cargo now. Right, 48,000 is all I need. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Right, so when I'm done then, the only thing I got to then spend is the linkages between these two. And then it's all good to go. Right, confirm that. Get this running all the way up. Right, that is now done. The train lines are now in for that strip anyway. So I've just now got to pay for all of this connection. And oh, hang on, this doesn't come all the way up, does it? No. All right, bringing you all the way up. So stick to my motto. I mean, it's not really a motto, but smaller strips, less terraforming. And then we're going to run this. Oh, am I missing one here? I am. Alright, bringing it straight across. I think that's where we got lucky when we built our first train line. Because we're in the Midwest, where, you know, it's the most flattest. Oh, I thought I had the cache. Yeah, boy, thought he had the cache, mate. He had the cache. And we'll just link this connection and we're all good. So, waiting for that next train to arrive. And that's going to pay my bills. We're going to train coming back this way. Oh, actually, do you know what? I think we're slightly waiting for a train. We're going to be waiting for a train, boys. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. But the money that's going to be... I mean, I'm scared to think how much money I've just spent on building this singular train line right now. Let alone be able to afford a train for it. That's my next issue. Is going to be affording a train for that line. So I can't afford that right now, but we do have a train on the way down, which is going to pay for hopefully the rest of it. Now, I've got a new train, which will make it a little bit more speedy for those guys. But what consistently makes me a little bit of cash is this run. And the fact that now I can upgrade all these vehicles to maybe a slightly higher capacity. I mean, it's not going to make me much more money, but it's going to be a big help. That's the difference. Because this just kind of ticks along and makes a couple of grand a pop. Right, this cart comes in, 5 grand. I mean, it's like I said, it's a couple of grand every so often, which is really, really handy. But the big problem I've got right now is I haven't changed my income. But I've changed my expenditure by building more and more and more and more train tracks. So even when this train over here does drop the goods off, it doesn't give me much money in return. Because the expenditure on maintaining these current train tracks is super high. So that's 92 grand to run that all the way down. And then, to be honest with you, that's done. I've just then got to wait for another train to drop by. To give me the big money. But that's the hardest bit is affording the line. And it's more money than it would, you know, what we would normally like it to be, but that's because it's making that additional stop to eventually make me a lot more money. So we've set this up hopefully correct, you know, in the right fashion, in the right order. And eventually what I'll also do is how we've created this little bend here. We'll apply the same one going down here as this will continue going straight, as it will start bringing the machines to a lot of the cities around it as well. So we're going to have 2 trains dropping by in just a moment. One from there, one from over here, which will give me double the incomes. So that's enough right now to complete that line. So the trains tracks are all pretty much done. So all I've got to do is add in the signals. And this can be the most annoying bit. Now, how did I do this train line? We pretty much assigned it to a right-hand drive, as if I'm in America. Which, you know, funnily enough, guys, I am. Hilarious, Sonic, hilarious. So right-hand drive means they're coming in. Oh, this is 3 grand a pop for the signals alone. So, bam and bam. So right-hand drive. Now, we'll also apply some signals just here. Oh, okay. I'm out of money again. I can't even afford freaking signals. Now, do I just get... I mean, this is the big one, right? I'm spending 60 grand on a loan. If I borrow $1 million... Right, I've borrowed an additional 1 million right now. Alright, put these here. I mean, I know some of these signals I don't have to put in. Oh wait, hold on. I can't do them there because of the crisscross. I just realised. So foolish. Right, okay, so every so often. Now, I know some of you guys said, Sonic, you haven't got to put them so close, and I completely understand that. But it doesn't hurt to have a few more. Just solely because it just, if I got, I mean, it only makes a bigger difference if you've got loads of trains on the line. Otherwise, having them stop and start so often can be quite a pain. Right, there we go. Obviously, they wouldn't have crisscrossed here at all. Now, well, we'll do it just there. We'll also do it just here. Oh, wrong. I knew I was going to mess at least one up. Right, we're trying spaces out a little bit more now. Because there's going to be less train traffic on these ones. There we go. I know there's a mod you can get that does this automatically for you, and I'm just so damn foolish that I never check it out to get it. Do. Do. Right, guys, just think how glorious this line is going to be. My only issue and concern with this is the slope just here that the trains have to go through. Hoping they've got enough speed that it can maintain crawling up and it doesn't slow them down too much. That's the only thing we can kind of hope for. Alright, doing it before each one, just for no reason at all. The next one, throw one just there. There we go. So all the signals are now in. I'll be happy with those. So let's create a new line. And this line then will obviously go from here. And it would stop there. It would stop there. But the problem is it's not going to have any machines to bring back until we have the ore run all set up. So I'm going to have to eventually adjust and add some stuff in. So the configurations are going to be real. They're going to be real that I have to redo. So unfortunately, I can't add that stop in just yet. Not a fat lot I can do about it, because I don't have the ore coming down. But just for me to start making money now, we'll do another new line, because it's going to stop there, and then obviously go to here. So we're going to have 2 trains running back and forth on different lines to make the most of both of these. So I will rename them. They've started out black and it's just going to get lighter before it changes the colour, I assume. We will rename them at some point before I start adding too many. But that's my simple route right there. A very simplistic and simple route. And hopefully it does us justice. So all I've got to do right now then is get some trains on. So once I do start bringing the ore over and the coal, then we'll start producing steel because we'll have the wood coming in too. Oh no, hold on. I'm stupid. I'm actually stupid. Right, let me just put play mode. I'm thinking this is bringing the machines back. This is making the machines. So I can bring the wood back. Oh, I'm so dumb. So from Pittsburgh, we've got to do this to both of them now, by the way. Right, to here. And then back up to here. And on this line, get rid of the Toronto, Canada one. Add station there. And then there. And then back again we go. So both of these lines here should now stop off on which they're going to utilize the right-hand side platform, which is perfect. Not a problem, not a problem. Well, there's the only one they can do, because then obviously coming back this way, you got to utilize that one. But where does it choose to stop off here? So they're going to utilize, and this is where we need to make sure that we do this correctly. So This line here is going to utilize that one side just here. I'll make it utilize the left side because it's on the left side for this. No particular reason, just because. So the platform I want 4. And this one here I also want number 4. Actually, no, I can make this utilize number 3. So we can utilize that there for the wood, and then these 2 here for the steel. Nice, nice. So we'll place it on the same platform. Right, that will do us justice. That will, be amazing. La-di-da-di-da. Great stuff. So it goes up through here. They're all going to take the right side because they're dropping goods off, and on the way back they use the middle because they're bypassing that station. They don't need to use it. As the first train this side comes in, it's obviously going to utilize that platform there. But the other train is bypassing the station, so it stays to the middle ones, because obviously there would be a one on the other side as well. And then as this comes all the way in, off the station, very good. So this should be good to go. I've just got to tell it what it needs to do. Otherwise, we're going to have big issues in the long run. So here then, in Pittsburgh, it's only going to unload wood. Oh, and if it can, it will load the planks. Only if it can. In Detroit, it will only unload the planks, again, if it can. And then in Toronto, Canada, it's only going to simply load the wood. Same for this. So it's going to unload the... Oh, actually, did I do that one right? Yes, I did. Okay, so it's only going to unload the wood and then load the planks if possible. It's then only going to unload the planks, again, if possible. But what is going to be possible, it will load the wood. In Montreal. So we go to Toronto, and we're going to Canada, guys. This is the first time we're approaching Canada right now. That's quite exciting, isn't it? So now then, I gotta buy a train. So this is my next issue. What I've got to stick on the back of the train in terms of carriages to carry the cargo, can wood and planks be on the same carriage? Or have I got to then divide the train, which is going to be even more annoying? Either way, I need to first implement the trains. So I'm going to build it just here. And we'll go for the buildings, and we need the train depot, which I'm hoping just there is perfectly fine. And then train tracks, if I just make it come out to this side and go that way, there should be no issues. And I will drop a slight signal on it if it has to wait if there's a train passing by. So I don't see us bringing any trains in, not like I've done it over here. I think that's slightly a little bit of a wasted one. But let's buy our first train for our first route over here. Now the difference is now, I've got a few more engines to pick from. We're using the board in 6 wheels, which is 25 miles an hour. I can now go up to 37 miles an hour, but the money I've got to spend is a whole lot more. So, yeah, it's $1 million. Now, the 28 miles an hour, it does make a huge difference. But it also has a lot more engine power, so I could stick a lot more carriages on. Now, that extra mile an hour right there will make a huge difference, believe it or not, because of the distance it has to kind of cover. So I'll go for the 440 General. And then for cargo, right, is it this one? Yes, the same one can be utilized. So this is 200 big ones a pop, and it's carrying 7 at a time. So what is the most I can actually afford right now is a capacity of 35. Right, okay. Ideally, what we would want is maybe to spend upwards of 2.5 million, which means it gives us a capacity of 70. I feel like that would be the big one to recuperate the amount of money that I want back. Yeah. So do I wait until I got 2.5 million in the bank then to get that all up and running? Or do I just shorten it down to, say, 1.5 and then add more carriages as time goes on? As I make the more money. But then if I start running this, it'll take a while before it does make money. So I'll be spending more money. Oh, it's all money, 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 isn't it, guys? It's all money, money, money right now. Right, let me just give it a minute. Because that run's going to be perfect. That run in there is going to be absolutely perfect right now. We have a train on the way down, which is going to drop off, you know, like I said before, like 500,000. That's going to drop off 500,000. That's 1 million in them 2 trains just there, with this one going to be on the way back soon. So that could work out for us. Now, if I wanted to upgrade all these vehicles on this line, so if I managed the vehicles and selected them all, and let's just say I wanted to upgrade them. Right now, we're utilizing the horse-drawn carriages, these ones that carry 4. I could go up to 5. So I could go up to 5 with these. Are they the same price? Yeah. 5, which would cost me 470. I mean, it's basically an additional 1 cargo. Is it worth it to spend 500,000 on? I mean, they're 1 mile an hour faster. They carry 1 more additional cargo. That's the only difference. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if that's going to be the big make or break kind of scenario. So we'll wait for these 2 trains to come down. Oh, I think one's already done it. I think with the expenses that we're paying out as well is a bit ridiculous. So that's going to load up. So how much are we actually making? I know I'm spending money like crazy. But even with the money that I'm spending, I'm still turning a profit. Now, if I check the chart, it's going to be a completely different story. We've always turned a bit more money than we've spent. Believe it or not. Okay. I'm not going to argue at that, am I? I'm not going to argue. So this drops the money off. The money off? Yeah, well, yeah, come on. In a way. I might just sneak a little bit more of a loan. I mean, it's the extra $1 million has cost me an extra $9 grand. Right, I'm borrowing up to... I now have a loan of $10 million, okay? So this will now supplement all of this. It is what it is, unfortunately. It is what it is. So, Steam, we're going for you. Cargo, we're going to have up to a 70 capacity. 2.5 million. We will buy. And obviously, I'll put this on line 3. Now, technically, line 3 is the shorter one out of the 2. So this one will actually make the less amount of money between the 2 of these 2 wood runs, because that one over there is a little bit further away. Now, we've just got to hope that by the time that train gets over there, that this platform, and I believe it's this platform, right? Or did I do this one first? I'm not sure, but we're waiting for a platform. No, this is line 3. To start putting wood on the platform. Because that train's going to be over here before you know it. It's going to be over here before you know it, guys. Right, so it will stop here first. Right, let me select that platform, by the way. Nothing. Which is slightly worrying. Wait, why is it not dropping anything there? So, the Montreal. Yeah, load wood. Because in Pittsburgh, we unload the wood. That train station does touch, doesn't it? Yes. So why is it not dropping any wood on the platform? Have I got to complete the run and then it will do it? Is that what it is? Right, where's that train? That train, you know what? That train's already making some moves. Hold on, I've got the right... Oh no, don't tell me I've got the wrong thing on. Oh, that's why. Oh, I'm freaking dumb. I put the wrong thing on it. That's a blunder. That's I'm going to modify it for 55 big ones. What an idiot. I am such a freaking idiot right now. Right, then we start getting the wood over here. But it's not going to be... Oh, it could be 70. Have I done it in time? What an idiot, guys. I am so dumb. Can it drop 70 on the platform before that train arrives? Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Right, only 10 more to go. Do you know what? I think we might have swung it by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, there's 70 there on the platform. I am such an idiot. There we go. Fully loaded up. I'm such an idiot. Do you know what? How long do you reckon? If I didn't spot it, I wonder how long until I realised. You damn fool! Right, okay, so with that train now doing its run, eventually we'll buy a second train to do the run going back over to Montreal. So we've got one to Toronto, one to Montreal. Then, when I eventually can afford it, we'll buy an additional train for both the lines. So we'll have 2 trains running the same 2 lines. So 2 trains on each line. Then we'll try and focus on doing the ore side of it. So what I reckon we do is I focus on doing the train bit for the ore. Because I've done the majority of the hard work. And now with more money coming in, I should be able to build that pretty quick. It's just how we navigate this scenario. Okay, it's just this scenario here with the coal. Now, is that the only place where there's coal right now? I mean, I don't want to bring it from too far away, because anything down here will be utilized for this one over here. Because there's a lump just there. I mean, it just makes sense to bring it over here. So what we'll have to do, and it is going to be difficult, okay, is to try and train it in that direction over to there. I could vehicle it, but I don't have enough capacity for the vehicles to make it adequate enough to be transferred over. So this is my next thought process. If I have to bring a train line to connect it up to here, I know I'm going to have a train line coming down there and then this way. So is there room somewhere where I can connect that up to that to bring it in? I don't know. We'll have to see on this one. I don't want to vehicle it in, because it would just be so many vehicles to try and keep up with the demand that the train dumps in so easily. I'll have to figure that one out, guys. I'll have to figure that one out. So the train's chewing down right now. This is going to be a big eye-opener to how much money this is now going to make. And it should start producing some planks as well, which I don't think will drop any off until the second run it does. So just waiting for this to now come in just to see how much money it actually is going to make us. Any moment now, sir. Any moment now. Right, here we come. Here we come, boys. $1 million. And it leaves with 1 wood on. So that's now going to start producing. It won't produce much, but next time it comes back, it'll have a nice little load to take back with it. So it makes money to there. The only time this train loses money is going from here up to here. So we've shortened it anyway, which is great. So one step closer, guys. We are one step actually closer. Now, any of these close enough that we can merge them as one? I don't believe we can. And how bumpy is this? This is very bumpy. So, I mean, there is definitely room for the train line. What I could maybe do is have an end platform there, and then swing them both round to create like a W. And then this goes through as a tunnel to kind of connect in, swooping this way. It's possible, but that's going to be expensive. But it's going to be a great way to bring so much freaking coal in. It really is. So after that load then, right, is that train over here? Yeah, it's just dropped it off. Yeah, so after that load of 70, it produced 33 plus the 1 the train had. So it produced 34 from the 70. So it's almost like it takes 2 wood to make 1 plank. It's almost like that kind of math, isn't it? So that's great. We're going to make some serious cash. And the sooner I can pay that loan back, the better. The better. So this is glorious. It's very long-winded and cost me a lot of money to build that simple run. But this is going to turn out to be very, very highly profitable. So as time goes on, we'll expand and increase our vehicles here, there, and everywhere. It'll be nice to expand and increase the capacity of these trains. So if I can select all these trains right now, let me see what kind of modifications I can afford to do. So if I replaced it for the same train that I've currently got on the go right now, And then if for the cargo, we're using these ones, aren't we? Yes, these gondolas. Now we've got 6 on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means I'm having to like spend an extra 3.4 million, mainly to replace the engine. So if I kept to the same engine, now replacing it does mean it will be a newer style of engine. And then the cargo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to cost me 2.8 million to replace. Damn. So maybe I just kind of edit the vehicles individually. Yeah, maybe not replace them, just edit them. So I could just add 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 10 carriages on at this point. So multiply by 800,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, it's expensive, but the money it should then start making back in return. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't have the 800,000 for this just yet, but hopefully we'll do in just a moment. So it's carrying an extra 4 carriages, each one. So that should make even more money. So no train just yet. No train just yet is currently at full capacity of a brand new load of 10 carriages. Now it is going to mean that these are going to be slightly a little bit slower. But this line should start making some, you know, bigger dollar bills. Some bigger dollar bills, because these platforms are overwhelmed with grain. So it just makes sense, guys. It just makes sense. So this will be interesting then. Let's just kind of go by this logic. So this, with its original 6, makes 255,000. It'll be interesting to see what this makes with its 10 carriages. So I reckon, let's say 350. No, 380,000 it makes on this run alone. 380,000. Because this one over here makes 500,000. I can see this one making up to like 700, 800,000. But this one over here, 380,000. Let's see this one come in. So again, this is not completely filled up, but it shouldn't be too far off on the next one. So when I've eventually got some more money, I will replace the engines on these. So I reckon that will make 800,000 with a full load. This one, 380,000 on a full load. Now that train's on the way out, so this one will be slowing down to the signal. I thought that wasn't going to stop them for a second. So I'm calling 380,000, guys. I'm calling 380,000. So it is definitely a lot slower. Looks like the engine's going to blow up with all that steam. Right, here we go. Here we go. What does it make? Oh, 426. Not bad. Not bad. Now, to make this more efficient, what I could eventually now do, now I've got a little bit more money, is create the additional 3 tracks and additional platform. So you see how that one train came in from this way and then that one had to wait the signals? We could get it set up where no one has to wait. It could be an identical system to this station over here. You know, you unload on that side coming from that direction, and then from this direction you unload on that side and collect vice versa. So that's how it could potentially work. But the money we're going to be making in return, guys, is going to be absolutely ridiculous. We're going to be so damn rich. So damn rich. But I think we'll end it for here, guys. Big plans ahead. Big plans ahead. So we'll see what happens now. Obviously, the expenses are a lot higher. Naturally. Maintaining, running, building, we're spending it all. But the income should be a lot higher right now. We've just seen 2 previous years of the highest income we've ever recorded. Now, that's probably because this takes a lot longer to get back, so it might skip a year. Where's the train for this one then? So the train for this one's actually coming down, which I assumed was going to be 800,000. It could be closer to 1 million, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will. You know, the math doesn't quite work out on that, which is why I'm saying 800,000. But yeah, we'll also adjust this line as well to make it a whole lot more efficient. So they're now getting more goods more often, so it might be a case of where we're almost ready to start shipping the food. And obviously we'll do it to Kansas first. But here we go. Is it 1 million or 800,000? 933,000. That's pretty damn good, if you ask me. Pretty damn good. Right, guys, we'll end it for here anyway. I hope you did enjoy this episode. The expansions are going to be coming thick and fast right now. Now we're setting up a system for these routes. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, smash a like button down below. And until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.